Sorry, I just cut out there. I'm just going to wait for Nicky to tune back in and we'll go live again and we'll just get some of the fans' questions and some of the football questions as well. But he absolutely loves football, Nicky. Loves it, so he does. And it was really interesting to hear about, I suppose, his career from beforehand as well. So we just wait for him to check back in and we'll try and get it finished off. But yeah, he's been absolutely brilliant so far and great with his time. Gia is mad for the singing as well, singing songs. So we'll just wait from here 1 second. And Mabes, you're getting absolutely battered. Paul Hart and Mabes are getting battered. There he is now, 1 sec. Paul Morrison. Nicky, yeah, sorry, how are you?
Can I just say, I was just reading some of the comments there, and I seen Alan Mabry saying he's blaming me for everything.
Poor Mabes is getting battered. Between Mabes and Paul Hart. Between Mabes and Paul Hart are getting battered, yeah.
Get Paul Hart on next week.
So, the 5 stars anyway, Nicky. We start with Maradona.
Yeah. Maradona, without a doubt. Roy Keane. Keano to me, and I know everybody says it who's come on here. I've been lucky enough to meet him a few times. I played against him in a charity match. He is my absolute. He's to me the ultimate footballer. Now, he doesn't have the skill of Ronaldinho and all that, but you talk to people like Al who train and play with him properly, and his touch and his drive, his desire, his ability. But I think, as you touched on it as well earlier, I think the game's gone soft. I think, your Keanes and your Gerrards and people like that of the world, they'd be sent off every week in the game at the moment. But
I agree totally, Nicky. Roy Keane is the ultimate for me as well. I absolutely love him. And that was one thing on the Soccer Aid. Even this will show you the level of research I've gone to here. The other one you missed, I think, was 2012, and that was the one Keane played in.
Yeah.
And it must have been, I know that you love Keane, so you must have been devastated to not be involved in that one.
So, after Saipan happened, I think I got into more arguments in pubs and places with people because I was defending Roy. I was lucky to meet Mick over the years as well. And by the way, I knew all that. Like, Shay Given was a couple of years ahead of me, Robbie Keane, Damien Duff, I played with all my career as a kid, etc., and in Ireland games. So I knew from the inside from chatting to the lads, what had happened in the room, let's say. I still defended Roy, I'm out with nights out with Shay Given. Nah, you all should have backed him. He was doing the right thing. But no, Roy was fantastic. And playing against him was a dream come true. I actually swapped jerseys with him at the end of that game, and it's a mad memory because it was at Celtic Park, and it was Celtic versus Man United, celebs and ex-legends versus United, celebs and ex-legends. I was playing for Celtic and Keane, as a celeb, and Keane was playing for United as obviously everything legend. And I was playing in midfield, and in the tunnel just before we walked out, I'm standing shoulder to shoulder, and I knew from a few of the Irish lads going, Keano can be a bit, sometimes he'll say hello to you and sometimes he won't, and I was like, be grand, it doesn't matter. So anyway, I'm standing here, first time I've met him, I'm standing in the tunnel beside him. Actually, I'd met him in the hotel bar just before that when we were meeting, and I got chatting to him, and he was sound, and we were talking about the game, and he met all my friends, and absolute legend and very personable. Then we're in the tunnel, and I have that memory of the Arsenal tunnel when he's having a go at Vieira, and I'm going, Roy, you gonna have a go at me now? And he just laughed. He just laughed and said, "No, I'm too old for all that." Those days are gone. So in the game, it was very funny because in the game, I think it was Van der Sar might have been playing golf. I can't remember, but Keano kept going short for the ball, to take the ball from the keeper, and I would go with him, and I'd stay tight to him, and every time he got it, he'd just give it back and turn and go again. So I'd go back, and then he'd go again, and I'd go back. Now he was probably, that was about, I'm 41 now. I'd say he was probably about 36 or 8 at that point. And he'd give it back. So then after doing that 10 times, I thought, I'm not dealing. I'll just let him have it. Yeah. And he turned, and his ball straight into McClare and whoever else was playing up front. Now, this is when he's retired a couple of years ago. So can you only imagine what he must have been like in his prime to play against or with? So Keano's in there for me. Lee Sharp, I was always good. I always loved Sharpie celebrations. And I ended up being his boot boy at Leeds when he signed. And I think a few lads nicknamed me Sharpie over the years as well. So I still keep in touch with Sharpie. Sharpie was to me, was the footballer. Like, he was famous, he was good looking, he had the celebrations, he was, you know, he had everything going for him, didn't he? So I always remember.
He's the only fella I know that could literally wear anything and make it look good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He came in one day in this jumpsuit type, mechanic type outfit. And I was like thinking, is this fella going working in the mechanics or something? But he looked amazing in it.
Yeah. Well, I remember being in Thorpe Arch, and with all the stuff that I was dealing with youth team football, say not being in the team or getting bollocked, whatever, Sharpie would drive in his Porsche, right? And get out with a brand new pair of trainers and a cap back to front. And I was thinking, like, that's the dream. Like, that's what I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean? Then I found myself, you know, making tea for Alan maybe at half time in an FA Youth Cup game. I thought, nah, this isn't for me. So Sharpie be in there. So, but are we including all the soccer aid lads as well? Obviously, yeah.
Whoever you want, it's your five, Nicky. It's your five.
Okay, so I've never seen anybody in my life play like Zinedine Zidane when I played it with him in Shane Filan mentioned that to you last week.
Yeah.
He was just different.
That was one of the questions I wanted to ask you, just from the soccer aid lads, and especially you who would be knowledgeable about football. Who was the one that kind of blew your mind? Was it Zidane?
Zidane's touch and just the way he moved was like he was like. It was like jelly. He just wobbled around people. And again, he was retired at that point, you know. I played with Clarence Seedorf, and I always say he was probably up there with Zidane. And like, it's not that I didn't rate Seedorf as a player. Of course I did. But I didn't really see a lot of him, or I never really bothered too much with him. He was mind-blowing, like unbelievable. And you could just turn the tap on when he wanted to.
He scored the hat-trick, and that was the game you scored in. And the other night, I was watching Carragher was on Monday Night Football, and they were showing reruns with Patrick Kluivert. And Carragher came with the question, and he says, of all the players that you get asked about over the years, he says, not many mention Seedorf, but he says, I played in that game. Carragher said, I played in that soccer aid game. And he says, when we came off the pitch, everyone was just like, oh my God, Seedorf is amazing.
Well, see, what happens with Soccer Aid and what happens is with the lads who see it off, like that was his first game. We all sat down because the producers of Soccer Aid, even though it's for charity, they have a conversation because this is a real football match. There's no messing here. This is to win. You know, you're not, you know, like some charities, you let him score. This is as serious as it gets. So we had to sit down with a lot of, every year, the international pros, like your Seedorfs, your Ronaldinho's, Zidane, and go, yes, it's Old Trafford and you're playing with celebrities, but you please play to as best you can to win the game. And it's over the week, their competition drives up because they are there probably a little bit at the start for like, oh, it's a training game and that. And next of all, they see the tackles going in and that. And the England lads, I mean, particularly the celebs, your Ollie Moores of the world, Jonathan Wilkes, Robbie Williams. I mean, they're wearing 3 lines on their chest.
They love it, don't they?
Yeah, that's their World Cup final. And I get that. If that was Ireland kit and for the rest of the world, for us, we want to beat England, particularly as Irish guys and Scots lads and all of that. So in that particular game, Seedorf was unbelievable. We were 2-0 up, and when it was 2-1, and then he gave a penalty in the 90th minute, or 85th, 6th minute, or something like that, very late in the game, maybe 80th minute, very late in the game to bring England back into the game. And all of a sudden it was 2-2. And it was like someone had just turned a switch in Seedorf. He was like, nah, not having this. And he just bang, 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 goal. Bang, 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 goal. Game over, England 4-2. We probably could have done that in the 50th minute, but he chose not to. You know, someone else who was unbelievable was Henrik Larsson. Okay. Unbelievable. Like, incredible. Ronaldinho, although Ronaldinho, he's one of the world's best ever players. I think Ronaldinho in the game he played in was just kind of, you know, waltzing around. He didn't really take it that serious. I'm sure he could have if he wanted to, obviously. But Zidane, playing with Giggs, I remember Giggs, he said, I was playing right wing in that game. So the midfield was Giggs, Zidane, Figo, I think, and me. And then Shane mentioned he came on. But Giggs just kept saying to me, when I get on the ball, I'm going to look for that diagonal ball over to you every time. He says, when you see me getting the ball off the keeper around the back 4, he says, make the run. You just make it before I've even turned. And he did. And if you watch the game back, Giggs turns and every time he hit me, whether I control it or not was a different story, but he hits me chest, he hits me time, foot, everything. He was because Robbie Williams was playing left back, and I was playing right wing. So it was great because I obviously had, in fact, I won a penalty 20 minutes, I think, into the game, 1-2 with Zidane. And I saw the ball that Zidane played back was, I seen Robbie coming for me. And I actually thought, I'm getting here first. I'm coming into the box. I'm getting there first. So I played for it. I just touched the boy Robbie. He's caned me. I made a meal of it on purpose. And Kalina, the referee, remember the referee, bald head with the kind of scary eyes? Straight to the spot, all of a sudden, 0-0, 20 minutes, Old Trafford, live on ITV, 9-10 million watching. I picked up the ball, and I think it must have been Zidane or Giggs or somebody says to me, Nicky, it's yours. So it's Stretford Endal. It's like all your dreams come true, except David Seaman's a goal, and he all of a sudden looks like, 75 foot tall and 65 foot wide. And I thought, oh, no, I said, right. And like any player will tell you, don't change your mind. And I just went, right, I'm going to put it down. I'm going to curl it into that corner. That's, just whip it in there. Aim for the post pretty much. Live it. All good. Put it down, walk back, look at the referee. He blows the whistle, looked up. I see Seaman, see the Stretford end, live on telly, run up. And all of a sudden, every emotion in my body went, just blast it, just blast it. I slipped like John Terry or one of those. And I slipped and Seaman saves it. And that was it. Then I remember the cheer because an English crowd, like they'd scored, like England had scored, because obviously we've missed. And that threw me. I couldn't get back into the game after that. I went to penalties in the end, and Kane Dalglish was the gaffer, and he said to me, you got to hit one. And Giggs said to me, no, he says, you've missed one. We all miss penalties. You're hitting another one. I went, oh, right, okay, because only celebs can hit the penalties in the shootout. And hit that one, and Jamie Teakston saved that. So I thought, right, that's me and penalties done with now.
Well, you've done your bit, to be fair, Nicky, and even last year saving the penalty as well. But this, I think, is an unfair one. But so many of the fans ask this. I think I know the answer, but I'll put it to you anyway. Professional footballer or Westlife? If it's too unfair, leave.
No, I mean, the answer would be Westlife because of everything that Westlife we've done and it's given me. There's no doubt about that. However, what I can't compare it to is if I'd gone on to play at the highest level, not just get into that, so actually had been tall enough and played for Ireland and, played for Leeds at that level, or had I been tall enough and good enough, potentially signing for Man United, for example, if that's the dream. Had I played for Ireland in a World Cup, I mean, I'm very patriotic. And I remember the proudest moment, I still say it, the proudest moment of my life was standing for the national anthem under 18 in Portugal, away, playing for Portugal. And unfortunately, like my parents and stuff didn't see that because that was before your Instagram, your WhatsApps, your, FaceTimes of the world and stuff. The report is now on a piece of paper cutting. So at that level, Ireland, Leeds or Man United, or Barcelona, Real Madrid, I mean, that's a hard one to turn down. I mean, but that might have been with a manager who loved me and not someone who wanted to shout at me every day.
Okay, Nicky, I'm only going
By the way, can I just say, Louis Walsh shouted at me as well, so it wasn't just unique to football.
You've been brilliant with your time, so I'm only going to keep you for another few minutes. But there's a girl in the Philippines, Anna Lee, and it's her mum's birthday today. She wants a shout out. She's 73, says her mum's name.
Teresa, happy birthday. Teresa, 73. I'll be 73 when I'm your age. Happy birthday.
If you had, Nicky, one member, and I probably know the answer to this as well, but one band member that you had to pick to go and play a match with, to bring with you to play in a match, who would it be and why?
Definitely be Mark, because really? Mark would, because once Mark starts singing, the boys are just going to sit down and listen and blow them away. No, I'm joking. It'd be Shane. No, Shane is. I mean, the lads, Keith and Mark don't really play football. I mean, they have done over the years, but Shane, as you discussed about the Sligo league he was involved in, Shane's quite a really good player actually. Great eye for goal. He's just all left footed. Shane's just all left. Definitely Shane. And in fact, it was me. I was saying to him for ages to get involved in soccer. Right? You know what I mean? He's and he really enjoyed that too. And he got top scorer in that Sligo league, didn't he? I mean, he was.
Yeah, no, even chatting him last week. Yeah, he's very quick and he scored a lot of goals. Yeah, and he did love the experience of playing. He told a story of where he says, look, Nicky knew what was going on and stuff, so he spotted Zidane and Figo going off warming up. I think he was like, Shane, let's go over. And he went over and that's where he was warming up with the two boys, Zidane and Figo, and he just thought it was amazing.
Well, see, you know what's funny about that? Because you can't miss the opportunity. And I'd done Soccer Aid. So when before that was I'd done it the year before or whatever. So I said to Shane, stick with me here, because when we do that, run across, warming up, run across the pitch, doing the width of the pitch as a squad, generally you're going to break off then into, as you know, into fours or threes or whatever, and start doing a little bit of touch and whatever. So I was like, just stay with me. Just keep the jogging beside the lads here. And then as soon as you break off, I just got a ball, pinged it into Zidane's feet. I went, yeah, give it the hole. Yeah, Zizou. Yeah. He passes it back. Yeah, Louis. Yeah, have a bit of that. And Figo's like, oh, yeah, bang. And all of a sudden, the four was me, Zidane, Figo, and Shane. And all my mates said to me afterwards, what were you like for 15 minutes? Pinging balls like between the four of you. Like, yeah, so it was memories of that, you know, they last forever, you know.
Okay, Nicky, last three questions. Well, before you name the five-a-side, but as a young fella growing up, I suppose Roy Keane, you mentioned there, was your ultimate. But who was the most, who was your hero as a goalkeeper growing up, or the one you admired most? Or when you look now in the modern day, who's one that you say, he's amazing, he's number one?
Now, I'm like, as you can imagine, Al, I'm quite picky with goalkeepers. And now, growing up, right, as a kid, obviously, was Packy Bonner. I was Irish. He was our hero. Italian 90 and even Euro 88. I remember he had the most unbelievable game against England in 88. And, you know, I even saw that documentary that was on recently about 88 or about those times. And Lineker even said nothing could beat Bonner that day. And everything went his way. But listen, you make your own luck as well. He was unbelievable. As I got a bit older, I looked at keepers. Like, say, Southall was always fantastic. Schmeichel obviously was, you know, one of the best. When you look at Schmeichel, he was 6'4", and he had everything. Schmeichel had everything because he was big, and he was good, and he was agile, and he was brave, and he was a great shot stopper, but he was great hands, his positioning sense. And one thing that Schmeichel has, and I would say to any young goalkeeper, and even if you get 5 minutes out, Google the current day goalkeepers and somebody like Schmeichel, or even somebody like Casillas, because to me Casillas was the best ever. Right now,
really?
People might say. Yeah, and people might say I'm judging that because Casillas was, I think he's about 6 foot, right? And maybe I am. Maybe I have that little soft spot for the keeper who's not. But you will always hear too small to be a goalkeeper. But one thing that you never hear, but I actually think it's quite poignant, is there's a too tall to be a goalkeeper as well. And what I mean by that, I saw a game. I don't know, was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago where Messi, no, it's Messi, okay, so you can give him that, but Messi broke through and scored a goal on Courtois. He got 2 goals on Courtois for Chelsea against Chelsea in the Champions League. And Courtois is a great keeper, don't get me wrong, but both of them have gone in low, down. Both of them are through his legs. Now, it's different being nutmegged at close range because you're coming out to try and get something on a block. But being nutmegged from 10, 15, 20 yards, that's unacceptable. Now, that to me is...
He's too tall.
He's too big. Now, it doesn't matter how you save them once you save them. It doesn't matter if you're blocking with your shin, your knee, your foot, whatever. But I think with goalkeeping, you can't overlook, and outfield players might not get this, you can't overlook a low sense of gravity to, even if you're tall, to get low. It's not about height here. It's about getting low to be able to judge where's that going. Because if you can get low and you're on your toes, you can still get high. And if you're, as you're low, you can still block that. I always remember how I would judge goalkeeping. It's about angles, a lot of it. And I remember, I think it was Eric Steele said to me, and it was a great point, is imagine a small goal within a big goal. Don't know if that makes sense to you, but if you, everything around, you still there? Can you hear me? I'm losing you a bit, Al. Sorry, your volume's gone right there, mate. Hang on. I don't know if we just smile at each other here, but I can't hear you. All right, hang on. No! Do you want to come? Do you want to go again?